My name's Ethel Jean Grubin. I'm from Inuvik, Northwest Territories. I was born and raised in Inuvik. And I lived in Pauktuutit for 16 years with my husband, who is from Pauktuutit. And we moved back to Inuvik when our children were ready for high school, and that's where we are today. I'm honored to be here today to share my story about our family's journey impacted by cancer. When I first remember cancer, I was a little girl. My stepfather had cancer. I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember I knew he was going to die, and that was going to be my first experience with death, and I was afraid, and it happened really quickly. I barely remember my mom's journey because I was fairly young, but my older siblings remember. She was 42 and she was first diagnosed with cancer, and she's turning 78 this year. She's a 3-time cancer survivor, and she's doing very well. Our little brother Danny was sick for a few years, and he was told he had ulcers for a couple of years. So he was on all kinds of pills, and being a young Aboriginal man, the way we know our men are, they don't get too excited about their health or don't fuss about it too much, even if their 6 or 7 older sisters are trying to encourage them to maybe get a second opinion. If they already been seen by the doctor and they're on pills, they think they're going to be okay. One evening in March, a couple of months later, I got a call at home. I lived in Pauktuutit at the time, and he lived in Inuvik. And he said he was really sick and he couldn't get out of bed, and he was crying. So I told him I would call my younger sister Loretta to go check on him. So Loretta left work and she went down to see Danny, and sure enough, he was very sick, so she just brought him to the Inuvik hospital to emergency. And they told my sister Loretta that Danny could come back in the morning, even though he was in so much pain and just beside himself, because he had an appointment in the morning and he could wait till the morning. And my sister, younger sister, she blew up and she demanded to see a doctor, and she wasn't going to leave unless a doctor came to see him. From the time they called the doctor in to having Danny in the emergency room for not more than 10 minutes, he was in OR having an emergency operation that saved his life that day. The next day, they medevaced him out. They did surgery right away and opened him up, and they discovered he had a really bad case of stomach cancer. The doctor said his cancer was really bad and that he could try chemo and radiation and the full treatment plan to see if they could maybe give him a little bit more time, or if he just wanted to come home. You know, it was a sad, sad thing to witness our younger brother go through stomach cancer. We always went out of the room and out of the house and on the side of the building to cry, because we weren't allowed to cry in front of him. He just wanted the experience to be a happy, happy, happy journey. He told my mom, he said, "Mom, you need to go upstairs now." She said, "Why?" He said, "Because I'm ready to go. I'm going to a really good place. I feel really good. But I don't want to hear you crying when I'm going there. And I don't want nobody crying. If you got to cry, you got to leave. But Mom, you have to leave. I don't want you to watch me die." So my mom said her goodbyes to him. There's 13 steps in the house, and I think when she got to the top stair, from the moment she left, he took his last breath. It's been 10 years since Danny passed. And since Danny's passed, there's been a few Dannys named in our family with the grandchildren that have come along. Got some Danny girls and some Danny boys in our family because he was such a special, special young man. If you're leaving anybody behind, And everybody leaves somebody behind. You know, you're helping your family survive. And he did that for us. We must never, never, never give up. And that's how I feel about cancer.